Përshëndetje motra, mirë se keni ardhur në Trime podcast. I'm Leonarda. Welcome home. So today we've got a really exciting guest. We've got Enrika in the hot seat. I'm so excited to have you on today's episode. Even though Layla isn't here, I know that she really wanted to be here, but she couldn't make it. But you're here with me. You're stuck with me now, so.
No, it's fine. I'm totally happy to do that.
But for everyone that doesn't know you, please introduce yourself to the audience.
So my name is Enrika. I'm Albanian, born and raised. I came here when I was 22. I'm a plus-size model, currently sort of mid-size actually, because I've lost a lot of weight, but that's how I started. And I have a variety of hobbies out there, some that can be controversial for the Albanian community.
Yes, we're going to speak about that today.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just a girl who does a lot of things.
That's great.
I do what I like and I enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw you on Instagram and I've been following you on Instagram for a long time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I have. And I see your stories sometimes. I'm like, more power to you. Like,
thank you.
More power to you. I don't know how you move like that. And I'm like, more power to you. Like, you're so flexible and I love it. I genuinely love it. And I love seeing another girl, plus size, mid size, on social media, doing what you do, modeling, doing kind of like the athletic. I call it athletic aerobics because that's how I see it.
It is. It really is gymnastics
yeah.
to that extent. And what I do, I'm still a beginner.
Yeah.
FYI.
But you don't look like it.
It doesn't look like it because the range is so big. Like there are people doing crazy stuff that make me look so beginner, but to the average person, it looks like I'm doing so much. And sometimes I just need to stop and think that, wow, this is actually good for the average person that I am.
Yeah, and you're using muscles that you would never use.
It's crazy. I've developed so many muscles as well.
So now you're like Hulk.
Enrika
Hulk.
I'm so hench. Do you know my dad, because he likes to take the mix sometimes. I was FaceTiming him. I was wearing a dress and I didn't have any sleeves and I was just like staying like that and the light had hit a certain way and he looked at me and he was like, oh, gotta be careful now because no man will speak to you, they'll be scared.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I want, Dad. Thank you so much.
He said, "Nuk të vot nga my mom." I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
I'm so sad.
You're not sad at all.
No.
You're not sad. How did you get into the athletic aerobics?
So I started only a year ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It's something I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
I remember watching pole dances on YouTube and like Rihanna's videos, whatever, when I was maybe 15, 16. And I thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I thought it was so hot, so beautiful, so athletic, so artistic at the same time. And I thought I would be so good at this.
No, you are. You are.
No,
Look, this space is a safe space. And what you're doing, honestly, for me, when I saw it, it was like, oh my God, how the fuck does she get up there and do that kind of stuff?
It took me 6 months to just get up there.
No, but yeah, it looks amazing. Honestly, it looks amazing. And in terms of the reaction from the Albanian community, how, I mean, we all know how it was. I can only guess.
I've actually had split reactions.
Yeah.
At first, when I went, although my parents are very open-minded, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't tell them. I'm just going to go for a class, see how it goes. And that lasted only like 2 minutes after I went out of class. And I was like, Mom, look what I did today. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And I waited for the response. I thought she was going to say something like, what are you doing? I was still going to carry through with it, all due respect to my mother. But she actually just laughed. She was like...
Okay, Chica.
She was like, lol, what makes you think you could do that? Like, what makes you think you're athletic enough for that? Which, fair enough, because I've never been an athletic person. And she just laughed. She made fun of me. And I was like, I will be back next week, this exact time, to suck again. And I did it. And now they are so proud of me. But their first reaction wasn't like, oh my God, what are you doing? It was just like, no way you can do this. No way you're capable of doing this. So that was the first reaction that I got, and it was amazing. My friends, supportive. Again, they laughed at first because they were like, you look silly, because I couldn't do anything. But it wasn't anything, you know, where they looked at me and they were like, oh, dismissive.
Yeah.
I've had a few people here and there, but not close people of mine. And I'm very good at sort of putting boundaries in place. I think Albanians are very comfortable with saying whatever it comes to their mind, and they're very comfortable in speaking about your life to your face.
Yeah.
Like, speak behind my back, like
Yeah.
regular people. What
Yeah.
would you say to my face? And I just tell them that, look, this is actually really ignorant, and usually they just stop.
Yeah. Well, Albanians, and this is my experience, Albanians are they're so great at dishing out their own opinions, but when
They
it comes
can't
out
take
to when it comes to someone else dishing out
Yeah.
their own opinions, it's like, I was just trying to be nice.
Yeah,
No
I
que
was just
importa por
joking. It's
esto.
just for you.
Yeah. Foi
Oh, no.
por mim persona. It
Of course
wasn't.
it was. I don't pay much attention, but I've also noticed that they get very uncomfortable when someone set boundaries and say, look, I actually don't like you speaking to me like this.
Yeah.
Or this is actually my business. I don't know what this concerns you.
Yeah.
And they're like, immediately they get very defensive.
Yeah.
And I get cold. And that's it. That's the end of the conversation.
Well.
So that's a great way to go about it. There's no point in trying to explain to them things that they don't understand. They're not there to understand. They're there to argue.
Yeah.
And to try and put you down or to make themselves feel better. And I'm not contributing to any of that.
No, that's great. That's great. Sorry. Growing up, we as women, as chica, girl, we're always taught that modesty is kind of the pinnacle of your life. And you have to be modest, whether it's in how you speak, whether it's in your behavior, body language, or the main part, how you dress. How did you overcome that, being so public and actually being a plus size model? Because I see all your pictures and I'm in awe. I love, like, you are my inspiration body because I see myself in you. Because we're both curvy girls.
We are.
From your perspective, I wanted to find out, how did you overcome this?
Do you know, first of all, you don't know how hard I've worked to hear these words.
Oh.
And I thought perhaps I would never hear them, but that makes me really happy, and that's very touching to me. So thank you.
You're welcome.
We've all struggled with being plus size and with being maybe even discriminated to some extent because of it. And to hear that people find my work inspiring is insane. Like, blows my mind. I wish I had that when I was growing up.
Yeah.
It wasn't as easy, I guess. Even 10 years ago, it wasn't as easy. So thank you for that.
No, well, of course. I mean, every Albanian woman that we speak to, whether that comes on the podcast or sends us messages, is honestly an inspiration. When, you know, it's me and Layla are just tools on this podcast, and what we speak about and the topics that we speak about are topics that we know that have to be spoken about for Albanian women to feel free and to understand that there is a different life out there other than the Albanian traditional canon kind of life. That doesn't work for the typical Albanian woman or any woman. So honestly, every single woman that comes onto this podcast or sends us a message is an inspiration, and me and Layla take it with so much privilege and honor that we're actually sat here. So
you've just started as well.
Yeah.
You've just started.
Yeah.
This is the beginning. Honestly, I came across your podcast on Instagram, on TikTok, I'm not quite sure. And I was like, no way. No way.
Yeah.
Albanian girls speaking about things that are actually relevant to Albanian girls.
And not being scared.
Insane.
Yeah. And not being scared.
I was so impressed. I was a fangirl. I told my friends about it.
Thank you.
Okay, great, good to know. I was like, no, you don't understand. As an Albanian, this is huge.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to be here, and this would be the exact podcast I would like to be a part of. I'm not much of a podcast person.
Yeah.
But this is actually my favorite podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. When it comes to modesty, I was actually very lucky. I think I come from a very privileged background because my parents were very open-minded.
Okay.
They're lovely, especially my dad, funny enough.
Which is always a surprise.
Always a surprise. I'm actually closer to my dad than I am to my mom. And they're both very open-minded. My mom was a very hardworking woman. She used to drive these big motorcycles. She was hot as hell.
Wow.
Hot as hell.
Wow.
Successful, cool, confident. She had it all. My dad was always super sweet. He was business focused. He didn't really care about the getting involved with other Albanian men and having like a little community to boast to his friends and things that are very prominent in the Albanian community. He used to live in Germany as well before he moved back to Albania, got married, had me. So he had a different perception on the world. And he always saw forward rather than backwards. Just two people that minded their own business, which was amazing. So
Which
I
is
think
rare.
Very rare, very rare. So I was very privileged in that sense. We were also privileged because we were comfortable financially.
Yeah.
I think that comes into play in Albania, because a lot of people, perhaps they feel differently, but because their uncle is supporting their lifestyle, they have to go with the flow.
Yeah.
And, you know, they have to be like, oh yeah, you're right. They just have to belong somewhere, whether they like it or not, because they are dependent. We were independent. We had our own thing. We were waiting for our uncle or our cousin or our friend to provide. So that gave us a lot of independency. So I kind of grew up very supported. I didn't see my mom being overly modest.
Yeah.
And she always said, look, wear whatever you like as long as it looks nice. She's like, I don't have a problem even with like Brazilian women wearing the tiniest thongs because it looks nice on them.
Yeah.
She says, whatever you wear, make sure it looks nice on you and for your body type, and it works in the setting and, you know, for your body type, color, all these things. So that was the only sort of fashion advice that I got from her. My dad never gets involved into anything. It's like, wear whatever you want. Funny enough, I do model in lingerie. I do model in anything. I don't mind at all. Nor do I have a problem with nudity, although personally I have decided not to do it. I had a little offer to join Playboy.
Oh!
And I didn't do it. But that's okay.
Is it because personal preference?
Yeah, personal. Although generally it would be sort of my dream job, but also they changed the way that they used to do things. They don't have the classic magazines anymore. Everything is digital. I didn't vibe with that, but it would be nice to be like a little Playboy.
You're the
Benny.
Old style kind of.
I'm an old style, you can tell from my hair. I'm a classic. Maybe if we had those magazines that we used to have before and they had sort of the Playboy lifestyle, maybe I would have still done it, who knows, but they don't. So I was like, no, because it is a bit of a boundary for me, I suppose, but again, I don't mind it on other people. And but for the most part I dress quite modestly, if that makes sense. I just wear whatever feels comfortable on the day.
Exactly.
If it's cold, I'm gonna dress for colder weather. If a turtleneck looks nice with my outfit, I will wear a turtleneck. I don't wear something because it's revealing, but I also don't wear something because it's considered conservative. Or modest. Also, there's a time and a place. Obviously, I wouldn't go to a funeral dressed in like
hot pink dress.
A hot pink dress, like mini skirt and like long. It's just wear whatever feels right. Nor am I going to go to the club dressed
like a nun.
Like a nun. Just a nun.
That's not what the club is for.
It's not what the club is for.
No.
So I think we just need to live life and just realize that different outfits, different levels of coverage work for different things. Again, we all wear... Why is it stigmatized to wear lingerie in a campaign, but your mom wears the exact same coverage level at the beach?
That's one thing I never understood. It was like, yeah, but you're going on a beach. And people are almost all naked. And you don't have a problem with that. No. But that's the beach.
Because it's a different material.
That's it. You're going to the beach for the beach. You're not going there to watch people. But I mean, you kind of are, because men are men. No one can change my opinion. Men are men.
But you're not going to judge your mom at the beach, so please don't judge me in a magazine.
Exactly. I really want to know, how did you get into modelling? Because that always fascinates me about everyone, like how people get into modelling, and how they fall into it, where they found the passion to do it. Because it's such a, I guess, it's a profession where you have to act a certain way in front of a camera. You have to be really vigilant of how you come across on a camera because of your body language, and you want to look a certain way, and all of your photos look boss ass bitch. They really do. And they make you look, and they come across so sexy, so confident, you know. And so how did you get into that, and how did you build up that confidence? Because I mean, we're girls at the end of the day.
I know. Believe it or not, I met this lady She was a photographer, and she said, oh, my boyfriend is also a photographer and he's an artist, and he loves working with plus size women. He also loves painting plus size women.
Wow.
I think you two should get in touch. I think he would really like to shoot with you. And I said, I will get in touch with him, of course. And I met the guy, we became friends as well, and he was like, I'd love to do a shoot. What kind of shoot would you like to do? And to be honest, I was really into lingerie at the time, which I still am. I find them so artistic, so beautiful.
Yeah.
It fits everyone. There is a lingerie for everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm also a very sort of sensual woman in general, so I like stuff like that. That stuff like excites me. So I thought if I were to do any kind of photo shoot, I would want a lingerie photo shoot. And he was like, I don't mind, okay. And then I thought, okay, we'll do it, but not now. And he was like, why? I was like, I don't feel as confident yet. I feel like there is a better time in the future to do this. Probably wrong. I was wrong. But 2 years passed because COVID hit at the time as well. And then I was talking to my then flatmate, and I said, oh, actually, my friend Bash, oh, shout out to Bash. Great guy. We're good friends to this day. I was like, my friend Bash would really like to take some pictures of me, but I don't know because I feel a bit self-conscious. And she was like, are you crazy? You're his muse. And I was like, I'm someone's muse. And that's all it took, basically. I called him the next day. I was like, let's do it. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah, let's do it. I had the lingerie already because I was into that.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's just go through it. Let's just do it. And we did it. And it went great. It was so much fun. I genuinely enjoyed shooting so much. Pictures turn up perfect. And it took me a while to actually post it because I was like, once I post this, there's no going back. And I was like, post.
Or you could work. I mean, they're there. They exist. Why not?
It is what it is. There's no going back now, I guess. And it was funny at first, and I expected all kinds of backlash. I expected my family to call, again, although they are very open-minded, for some reason, I expected them to call and be like, what have you done?
Yeah.
Not, like, to this day, they haven't called. So it's great. And my friends were all, like, quite positive about it. And it was just like, to be honest, a lot of them were like, oh, it's just Enrika doing Enrika things.
Yeah.
Because I like doing just whatever.
Exactly.
I'm a bit random like that. So people quite liked it. And then a brand saw me on Instagram and they assumed that I was a model. And they were like, would you like to model for a new campaign? I was like, yeah. Sure.
Of course, jump for it. Why not?
My first shoot ever, like a professional, proper paid one. And I went there. And I was like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know nothing. And I got this purple shampoo from Olaplex and I overdid it the morning of. And it was still dark because we had a very early morning shoot. I showed up there with like, I don't know, I think it was like purple streaks. And I didn't even realize. And the makeup artist was like, oh my God, your hair looks so cool. I love what you've done with the streak. I was like,
what streak?
What are you talking about? Like, that's how ignorant I was in this entire thing. But I did it. I pushed through and I was like, this is great. This actually went great. I can't believe I managed to pull that. There was a lady there, one of the models on the shoot, Yolanda, my angel. Shout out as well. I have long-term friends. And she said, what agency are you with? And I was like, no,
Agency of God.
Just me. I am the agency. I'm the big mom. And she said, no way, I think my agency would really like you. And they actually did. She got me in touch with them and I got signed, and that's how I started.
That's amazing.
So it's a bit of a long journey to get there.
Amazing.
Yeah. I wish I had done it 2 years before.
But I guess everything happens for a reason.
Timing. Yeah.
Everything has to happen that's what I truly honestly believe. Everything has to happen at the right time for it to snowball and actually go the way it's supposed to go. If it's too early, it might not work out. If it's too late, you might not feel it anymore. Yeah. So it was probably the right time there and then.
And I remember I was actually going through a lot when I got signed, and that gave me such hope for life. And I was like, whoa, I'm a model.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember it being quite a hard time, and generally it made me see things so differently. And I was like, wow, there's so much light at the end of the tunnel. It looked like new things, new opportunities.
Yeah. That
are coming to me, and I kind of snapped out of it, and from then I've actually been happier than I was before.
That's amazing.
I think it also became a bit of a part of my identity as well, which I think every step that you take to create your identity brings you closer to yourself and to your purpose, and it makes you happier. And I've been developing on that for the last maybe 2 years or so, and I genuinely feel so much better about myself.
That's
so
amazing.
much better.
That's amazing. And it's great that you've got so much support around you, because then it drowns out all the people that are like, do you not feel shame? Do you not feel this? Do you? Because you don't really have time to even give them any of your brain cells. So it's not something that really affected you
at all. I didn't have that at the back of my mind, but I think the main reason was because my family was so supportive. I can't stress that enough. I don't know what I would have done if they were conservative. Knowing myself, knowing I'm a bit hedonistic and I have my moments, I probably would have done it anyway. But it would have come at such a high price. But because they were so nice, I always navigated the world with a lot of confidence. With a lot of power. And again, this is one part of it, maybe 50%, and the foundation and the most important. However, I think it was also my mindset and the way that I see myself. I've cultivated a great community of people around me. I've cultivated amazing friends that I'm very, very thankful for. I've dated fairly nice men who have not, shown any signs of like possessiveness or jealousy to that extent where it transferred into my career and things like that. And I think I'm quite extroverted and social, so I meet a lot of people. I generally meet so many people, and I think I've had the privilege of choosing. I didn't need to stay with this group of friends forever. No, I can make new friends. If you're not suitable for me, if you're not nice to me, if you're not good to me, then we can leave it here and get some new ones.
Exactly.
So I've seen the world in that kind of way, and I think that is my merit in all of this, but a lot of it comes from the family and the friends that I already had before I could make my own choices and create my own community.
Exactly. It's interesting because it sounds also like you weren't really exposed to the traditional mindset as much, so you had the privilege of kind of flying like a free bird.
Exactly. Indirectly I think indirectly we all were, because I moved here when I was 22, so my childhood, my teenage years, even part of my adult life, I was in Albania. I remember things have changed so much in my city as well. I remember when I left here, I had friends in university who were expected home at 3 p.m. I was like, well, they can't see the sunset. They can't see the sunset, which is crazy. So it was that kind of mentality, and it gets to you whether you like it or not. I just always thought of myself as above that. But I am very well aware of the reality, because it was the reality of some of my friends, some of my schoolmates. You can't escape it if you live there. I see that things have changed to some extent. Small steps. Sometimes I feel like they've rebelled so much. They've gone to the other side of the spectrum. I was like, no, like, go back in the middle.
Sometimes, honestly, it feels like they've rebelled so much that it puts us to shame in the UK, and we're just like, I'm not allowed. I'm 32 and I'm turning 32 and I'm still not allowed to do that. I'm 32 and married and I'm still not allowed to do that. So
we went from you're not allowed to date to girls just ripping each other's hair on television for men, and I was like, we don't have to do all that.
No, that's
it's not necessary.
Honestly, for me, because I watch a lot of Albanian TV, whether it's like Albanian or Kosovan Albanian. And I like watching like Big Brother. I did really like watching Purple in the first few seasons. And then after that, society likes to put women against women, because that's really the only entertainment that they find.
Yeah, that's the entertainment part,
because it's like, we need to fight for a man. It's, it's a whole patriarchal society like everywhere else in the world. But I think in Albania and Kosovo, it's heightened to the max because they're obsessed with this idea of, the man is the prize, whereas I always truly believe that the woman is the prize. And
I agree as well.
And if I ever fight for a man, someone please come and shoot me, because it will never happen.
Take me to the back and shoot me like a dog, because
what are we doing?
It's so embarrassing. I was like, why?
It's so toxic. So I've stopped it's not safe. The one thing that I gather watching all of this reality TV shows is it's not safe for women at all. Not the women that are participating, but also not for the young girls and women that are actually watching. It just reinforces this idea of, the man is in control. The man is in control. The patriarchy is in
We
control.
need them. We need them. We're going to fight over this man because he has a bit of money. We need them.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of actually encouraging girls to get their education, follow their dreams, follow their hobbies, they can turn into incredible businesses.
Exactly.
Something that you like today, just a little bit. Oh my God, you like dancing salsa? You can have the biggest salsa, I don't know, like dance studio in Albania. That's crazy. That's an amazing business to have.
Exactly.
But we don't cultivate that.
No.
We don't. We all just want to be influencers and things like that. And it's like, no, let's take it back to reality.
Yeah. And it's such a shame because our culture is full of arts, poetic art, or even like body art. It's so full of it, but we don't invest in it. And that's what I've seen.
We have incredibly talented people.
Yeah.
Do you know how many good singers are in Albania?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's
very talented, beautiful girls. They can be models, they can be, I don't know, TV presenters, all these careers that people almost look down on sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, we have to have a different understanding on the entertainment world as well.
Exactly.
We need more actresses. We need things like that. Or even sportsmen. I think sportsmen go through the same struggles as well.
100%.
Like, we're not allowing people to express themselves in nice ways or in different ways. We're putting them all in one box and they're fighting like crabs.
Yeah.
Why?
And this leads me to my next question. Your body is not an object. It's a form of expression for you. Obviously, ownership over your body. What does that mean to you today? As, you know, being able to express your art through your body.
So I've made the general decision. I'm the general joke. I've made the decision to love my body regardless of what happens to it. I've loved it when I was almost 40 kg heavier than I am today.
Yeah.
I'm loving it today. I'm going to love it if it goes back to being 40 kg plus, if I lose more weight, if I have children, if it grows old. I hope that I grow old.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Inshallah I grow old.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've made that decision that no matter what, I'm going to love it. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've had to come to terms with it. And it didn't come easy always.
Yeah.
Because we will never reach that perfection.
Yeah.
That's what I learned when I was maybe 18, 19. Because I was always a fat kid. And then I lost... No, I loved eating.
Don't say that about yourself.
Yeah. They had to trick me into eating soup saying, oh, it's just pasta with water.
Yeah.
With liquid. And I was like, okay, pasta with liquid. It's soup. But I didn't want to eat soup. I just wanted the pasta. And they just had to like...
kind of like...
gentle parent me into it. Because I was a fat kid. And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with being a fat kid. I loved it. Greatest years of my life.
We'll just say, you know, you were on the higher percentile.
Yeah, one of those. And then I was made to believe that everything I ever wanted was on that opposite side. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, when you lose weight, you're going to be so beautiful. Yeah. You're going to be, I don't know, what, a better singer, a better person? Like, what am I going to be? Yeah. But they make it seem like everything you've ever wanted is
on the other
side. Once you cross that bridge. I crossed that bridge and I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, because you mourn your old self. And
so true.
When I was growing up, I was a chubby kid. I was one of those kids that you had to put nappy rash cream between my rolls. I was so big. I was just a big child. But also it had a lot to do with the fact that my parents were new parents. They didn't know what they were doing. So the only thing really an Albanian parent knows is feed. And that's how I grew up. So then I became a chubby child.
I was raised by my grandparents mainly.
So that's probably why.
I love feeding kids.
Yeah.
And you know, back in their day, eating was a big thing.
A massive thing.
Like whoever ate, it meant they were rich and healthy. Because the rest were skinny because they didn't have anything to eat. Yeah. So their culture and their mindset was so different. Yeah. And they fed me, boy. And I loved it. But it is what it is.
Yeah. It is what it is. But growing up, and then once you hit your teens, I was told, you need to lose weight because no one's going to love you. You need to lose weight because no man's going to take you. And obviously as a teenager, those things kind of get engraved in your head.
They do.
Because you're a teenager, you've got so many rules. You can't go out, you can't do this, you can't do that. So you're not exposed to a lot of different ideas and mentalities. And I did lose weight. I became a gym freak, and then I got PCOS and I put on so much weight. And but I still got married, and you know, they're
Happy
11
and
years,
loved, you know what I mean?
11 years down the road, and we're still
Going strong.
going strong. So, but I think when I was quite thin, there was nothing different to how I feel now. It was more like more restrictions on myself. I was less happier because it was constantly looking at this, constantly looking at that. Like, how does this look? How does that look? Now I'm just like, I don't care.
It takes so much pressure off you because you're like, well, I'm far from perfection anyway, so I might as well just live with it. And that's what I realized the very first time. The very first time that I lost weight was terrible. I only did it for the looks. I didn't do it for any other reason. So I thought, oh my God, I'm going to find nirvana once I lose weight. And I did. And I was like, I'm so unhappy.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. And I felt more self-conscious than ever.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize, okay, I'm going to lose weight. Now I have some stretch marks. This is a problem I didn't have before.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know, whatever insecurity I had when I was plus size, but now I have stretch marks and I feel like my skin is a bit saggy and I feel like this is weird. And all my proportions what they should be. And everyone was like, oh my God, you look amazing.
Yeah.
And I look back and I think, oh, actually, I did look nice, but I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
It also takes such a long time to get used to a body that is not yours.
Yeah.
You've had this body your entire life, and then within the year, you're someone else.
Yeah.
And I'm experiencing it now as well, because it's the second time I've lost a significant amount of weight.
Yeah.
But I'm older now. I've done it purely for health reasons. I was comfortable how I was. I'm comfortable now. But I have moments.
Yeah.
Where I was starting to feel a bit like not recognize myself. Sometimes I still catch myself in the mirror and I'm like,
who is this?
It's new.
Yeah.
It's new because it takes a bit for your brain to adjust.
It really does.
So it comes with a set of difficulties. And I wish people spoke about that instead of just saying, oh, lose weight, lose weight.
Yeah.
Okay, lost the weight. Where is the support that I need? Because I think a lot changes. It doesn't just, everything magically becomes better.
Yeah. And I think it also has a lot to do with society and societal pressures on women. Because women...
It's always on women.
Yeah, it's always...
If a man gains weight, they just laugh about it. Like, oh,
yeah, just like...
I'm so fat. And they're like, yeah, let's move on with our lives now.
Yeah, exactly. But when men show confidence, they're called ambitious. They're called great. When women show confidence, they're called show-offs, big-headed, nalt, whatever it is. There's such double standards. How do you navigate that double standards? Because obviously you're always... on camera.
I don't. I don't navigate it at all. I just exist. And if you want to think of me as, oh my God, this big-headed and arrogant and this and that, please, by all means, feel free to do so. I've stopped trying to fight people about these things because, again, they're not here to understand. They're not here to learn. I'm happy to have these conversations with anyone who wants to get something out of it. Yeah. That is not just rage.
Exactly.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And I've also realized with time, in the Albanian community, we don't have a beauty standard.
No.
If you think about it, we don't have a specific type. Let's say, I don't know, let's say in the African community, if you think about it, it's usually women that are curvy with big hips, or it could be whatever the case. We don't have any of that. They will bully you, whether you are skinny, whether you are fat, tall, short. No matter what, they will bully you. It's not like we have a preference towards blondes or brunettes or tall women or short women. Nothing matters because they will do it anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well just exist in your truest form, like what you have, enjoy what you have because it's the only body that you have, and move on with your day. Because there's no point in even sitting there and listening to people. Cause what are you going to do? Worry about your own body.
Yeah, exactly. No.
You have one too.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I saw your interview on BBC, which, you know, that was really moving. Well done for that.
Thank you.
As the very, you know, we don't have a lot of Albanian women going on TV, especially BBC, talking about body positivity in the way you did. And I want to know from your perspective, what did that moment feel like for you? Did you feel like you had the whole community, because we are never allowed to forget that we are part of this community. As much as they hate us, they also don't want us to be out of it. We're always reminded, whether it's through music, whether it's through food, whether it's through the language, whatever it is, the Albanian culture kind of lives and breathes with us in every single everyday life. But how did that moment on BBC make you feel, and did you feel the pressure of the community?
Do you know, it was so surreal.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell anyone it was happening because I didn't
the best
believe that
way.
it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I woke up that day and I was like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Because your imposter syndrome is in your head.
I literally had my laptop in front of me waiting to go live, and I was like, it's not going to happen. Something's going to happen. It's not going to happen. And it happened. And I was like, oh my God, it's happening. So I guess that took away pressure from me, because I was like, well, I haven't told anyone. So if I mess this up, no one's going to know. Like, people don't watch BBC, do you know what I mean? But in my mind, I was like, oh, no one's going to know. No one's going to know. And then I got a message from an Albanian friend of mine, funny enough. And he was like, I just saw you on TV. And I was like, oh my God, people know.
Here it comes.
Here
it comes.
He's very supportive, thankfully. Yeah. But it's like, oh, people have actually seen this. That's crazy. So that's something that helped me, I guess, not telling people. And I was like, oh, we're just going to sweep this under the rug if it doesn't go well. But I was also very happy to sort of spread the words and say what I needed to say in such a massive platform. Yeah. And I think they had record viewing that day, because it was a day that hostages were being released in Israel or in Palestine. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were glued to the TV that day. And I almost felt bad, because I was like, wow, there's like a whole genocide going on. And I'm just there like, so fashion. It's about fashion.
Because you sometimes feel like this is like not first world problems that we should be speaking about.
It is not at all.
But, you know, you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, but it went really well. And I got so much incredible response from people. I couldn't believe it. Even when I thought, okay, this went well, I saw the video. I was like, I'm semi-proud of it, because I can never be 100% proud of anything. It's the perfectionist in me. But I posted it and I didn't expect much. And people were, wow, they still talk about it. They're still like, oh my God, your BBC interview. I was like, how do you remember? It's insane. It's crazy. And it has touched so many people, even men.
Yeah.
Even men have literally messaged me and they're like, that was so nice, that was amazing, I didn't even know this was happening. I was like, wow.
But that's amazing. Because sometimes, you know, the words that you say on an interview, and sometimes when you have an interview, or like we do the podcast, because we're just in front of cameras, you don't actually, your brain can't comprehend the fact that people are actually watching you and they're listening to your words and they're finding it inspiring.
No one cares.
No,
about
people do.
Anything that I do and say.
Yeah.
My mind can't wrap up the fact that there are burner accounts out there watching my shit.
Oh my God.
It doesn't. I'm like, no one cares. No one cares. But maybe they do. But I can't bring myself to think that way, that people care so much about what I say or what I do and what I think. And maybe that gives me so much freedom as well.
Yeah.
Like, no one cares. But maybe they care, but I guess it doesn't make much difference for me, because I don't believe it.
Yeah, no.
I guess what you believe kind of goes.
Yeah.
As for the Albanian community as well, I don't do things with them in mind.
Yeah.
Very respectfully. There's a lot of Albanian people that I like and love. Some of them that are great friends of mine. Obviously, I care what they think. But I've selected them. Yeah. Cherry-picked them.
Yeah. You have to. You have to cherry-pick them.
Sad as well, because we have incredible values that are so overshadowed by just the bad mentality that we still carry on from days that we don't need to have anymore. There's so much information to not have it anymore. We are doing the most. Why? I
think it's, and we've said this on the podcast before, it's more about control over women, because
control. And it's very normal. They will say it, you know, they will literally be very upfront about it.
Yeah, they like the idea of being able to control women so that they can kind of mold them exactly how they want, because men in our community are raised with this idea that they are the center of the world. So it's really, if you can't control the women in our society, then you've got a problem in your hands, because then women are overachieving and they are the ones that are actually carrying the whole society. And that's backed with data for the Western world, and it's only a matter of time before it's already started to happen in our community.
For sure.
But they're scared of it, and unfortunately men that are set in their ways don't want to learn, and don't want to learn emotional intelligence. They don't want to understand that women, unfortunately, have our own rights and we deserve them, and we're still fighting for them. We're still fighting. Yeah, I truly, honestly believe that men see us as like aliens. I genuinely do, because that's how I see them. Because of the way they act in our community.
I
It's
agree with you.
disgusting.
But you know what really intrigues me, and I don't really know what the reason is. I find a lot of times the Albanians in Albania have started to progress a lot faster than Albanians in England or in America or in certain places, especially in countries that it wasn't as easy to integrate in.
Yeah.
Because, for example, in Italy, I think Albanian men in Italy are slightly more different because they were more welcome from the Italians.
Yeah.
They already spoke the language. They are similar people to us. So I think they got integrated in their society and kind of let that flow in their lives and in their wives and their kids and things like that. But I think in England and in America and places like that, I don't think it was as easy to integrate because I think our cultures are very different than English people. So they kind of just stayed with each other.
Yeah.
And it just got progressively worse.
Yeah. And I think it's also, I mean, from personal experience, when we came, the main goal was to find the community, stick together, because the idea was that everyone that immigrated during, because you know, me and Layla are from Kosovo, but when we came during the war. My parents' whole idea was, once the war's finished, we're going back.
We're going back.
So we have to keep the culture, the traditions, the language, all the same. And also they left at a time, they left and they capsulized the whole culture. And they haven't gone forward. Whereas people back home, and I see this just like what you said, when I go home, my cousins are 20 steps ahead of everyone that I know here.
For sure. For sure.
Obviously, I'm now married and live with my own husband. So, like, you know, we pretty much modern. We're the most modern couple in my whole family, which is so sad. But yes, it's actually sad. It's embarrassing because people should be learning from us. But when we go back, because obviously me and him are so modern, we don't really see a difference with the other modern couples. But we still see a lot of the barriers within couples and these ideas, but I do see that they have developed so much, and it's so incredibly sad because going back home and seeing your cousin doing the stuff that you were never allowed to do as a teenager is like, I live in a first world country.
Yeah, it's a slap in the face.
Yeah, it really is. But it's...
I've noticed this as well, and I didn't expect it. Obviously, I moved here when I was 22, so I was already a grown woman. I expected Albanians here to be so much more open-mindedly. You've lived here for 30 years, and you mean to tell me that nothing has changed? Like, not a damn thing. I think instead of getting integrated into society here, and like the Western culture and values, they just went back.
Yeah.
They isolated themselves. And I think they started creating
heavily
some sort of hatred to Western values as well. Because I see a lot of people that look down on English people. But, like, but you live here.
Yeah.
It was a better country than what you left. Why do you think that is? Because the people that you so much look down on built it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you want to judge and say, oh, because their daughters go out in skirts and blah, blah, blah. But it's like,
I know, it's a catch-22. It's a catch-22. It really is. You know, you love the Western world, but you don't want to integrate it, and you don't want your kids to integrate it. I always say go back to the cave you came from, because it's...
You don't have to pay taxes, fresh air.
Yeah, you don't need to stay here.
Grow your own vegetables. It's amazing. I mean, there's so many perks, yet you won't do it. You'll stay here hating on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
It's a catch-22. The last question that I have for you is for the next generation of Albanian girls that want to go into modelling or want to do athletic aerobics or even just want to build the confidence you have in an artistic way, to express themselves or whatever it is, or what is your final message to them that are watching you right now?
Do you know what?
The hard one.
I think the most important thing and the thing that will help you the most in life is to actively try and find your identity.
Yeah.
One thing does not define you. I'm a combination of things, and some of them are very polarizing. There's dichotomy in everything, in my opinion. I like pole dancing. I'm also at church on every Sunday.
Yeah.
So one thing or the other doesn't necessarily define who I am.
Yeah.
I have very feminine hobbies, and I love makeup and doing hair and things like that. One of my other hobbies is competitive shooting. I shoot guns. That's fun for me.
That's just an Albanian thing.
That's an
You're
Albanian
my
thing,
best
yeah.
friend. You're my best friend. Because I said to Layla, we're going to do that. And she was like, never. She's
Yeah,
like, I will never take
for
you.
sure.
She's
That's
like,
okay, I'll
I'm never
take you. I will
coming with
take
you.
you.
And I'm like, now I can go with Enrika.
Yeah, 100%. I like that. And people are like, you shoot guns for fun. I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And I'm entering competitions soon as well. So there you go.
Wow.
I know. I have to because I'm part of a club now. And
Oh, that's amazing.
I just wanted to do it for fun. And they're like, well, once you're part of a club, you have to. And I was like,
Yeah.
fine. So now I'm getting my averages and blah, 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 the whole thing. But basically, I have polarizing hobbies and things that might change in the future as well. Maybe one day I'm not going to like shooting anymore. I'm going to pick something up. But all of these things contribute into my identity and who I am. And some things I was sort of born with, and some other things I've actively created.
Yeah.
Let that be modeling, let that be dancing, let that be science, whatever you have an interest in, pursue that. It doesn't matter. And it can be a combination of things that are very polarizing. And don't be scared of that.
Yeah.
You don't have to stick to just one thing. Oh, I'm going to be a model, so I'm just going to look pretty all the time and have to act feminine and have to do all these things. And I have to do things that go around modeling. You don't have to. Pick the most random things that you think you would have an interest in. Give it a try. And that will sort of end up being a part of your identity. And I think that's what's important. That's what keeps you happy.
Yeah.
And I say go for it.
Yeah, life's too short.
I didn't think I was necessarily model material. And I got signed.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be signed, especially at my height. I'm only 5'5".
Yeah.
To be a model, usually you're like 5'9" and up, and maybe have something very unique in your face. I don't think I have a unique face.
You're pretty. You're beautiful.
But I don't have a unique face, you know, like
maybe you don't think that. I think that, and I think a lot of people think that.
That's sweet.
I think you're a beautiful person, and you're so beautiful.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let me just fix my hair. The pressure is on. But yeah, just go for it. You never know. You never know. Sometimes it might turn amazing. Sometimes it might show you the way to something that is similar.
Yeah.
As well. Funny enough, I used to sing.
Wow.
Yeah, I can still sing. That's how I started. And then I wasn't a big fan of the fame. I didn't like the music industry for what it is now.
Yeah.
I like live music, and it's mainly like based on studios and having to go viral on TikToks and this and that. So I wasn't huge on pursuing that. But then I found myself in modeling, which is still sort of similar. It's still on the camera. It's
creative.
It's creative. It's fun. It's in the entertainment industry anyway. So sometimes you divert a little bit, but you have to start from somewhere.
Exactly.
So I think you should do it. And if you don't feel comfortable telling everyone about it, you don't have to tell everyone about it.
You don't owe anyone anything.
You don't owe anyone anything, which is fine. Just do you. If you don't feel comfortable with your friends, don't tell them. Maybe find new friends eventually. But still don't put something off. And also, very important when it comes to like body positivity, do not lose a memory or a moment in your life because of it. There have been so many times where I might have felt uncomfortable wearing that bikini to go at the beach with my friends, but I'm so happy I just sucked it up and did it anyway, because now that I look back, I just think of those memories. I don't think of what my body looked like when I was 16 in that bikini. Doesn't matter. Do it anyway, even if you do it scared, uncomfortable, you don't feel ready for it. Do it, because when you're 17, your deathbed, which I'm not, but I'm assuming anyway. I'm assuming. You're not going to think of the little things. You're going to think of the big picture. So don't miss out on anything in life, because you might not be who you exactly thought you would be at the time. So yeah, I think that's it.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Enrika. Thank you
for having
so much for coming into the podcast today. I'm so happy to have sat opposite you and talk to you. It's been an absolute honor, and I hope I really hope that the audience love you as much as I love you. So I thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Honestly, like I'm fangirling over you. I don't think you understand how shy I am.
No,
like,
no.
oh my God,
You're not coming across shy at all, so don't worry about it.
inside.
No, don't worry about it. But thank you.
Thank you so much.
No worries.